method of business would persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades. While the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux, to this day the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes before it gets too late. Now one man, there's no way you can hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice, we never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never cared for compromise, always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome to episode 4 of This Week in Professional Wrestling, hosted by Long Island's favorite crew, Monty and Afaro. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. Hanging in. What's going on?
All right. Well, we're going to talk about This Week in Wrestling.
Okay.
It's been a pretty...
Dude, things are getting crazy.
It is getting crazy.
Things are getting wacky and wild.
Let's open up with Ric Flair. Asked for his release from the WWE, and he is granted that release.
He asked for his release.
He did.
Very interesting. Why do you think, Mr. Monty, he asked for his release? What do you think his motives are?
Well, I think he posted on Twitter or whatever that, it just was time to go.
It's just time to go.
Again, I've heard
guy who lives and breathes pro wrestling, and you can't get him to stop doing something of some sort. It's just time to go.
I heard rumors out there he
exit.
wasn't happy with Charlotte's booking. He wasn't happy with the whole angle with the blonde.
Oh wow, what a clue!
With the with the getting the one that he was dating and he was going against Charlotte. That whole deal.
Right.
I'll come up with a name, but anyway, again, I'm not so sure why. I mean, do you think he wanted to go to AEW? That's why he wants to do this? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It could be the beginning of eventually your favorite wrestler in the current wrestling landscape going with Dad. I can see it, dude. There's some very strange things happening here. I don't know if you want to get too deep into the pool, but I don't like what's happening with all the exits from Vince. Yes, some of them are older, but these are big names. Yes, we've seen this before many years back with the WCW, WWF Attitude Era thing going on. I don't know, man. The way I see it is that Ric Flair will show up in AEW. Ric Flair wants to work more, I bet. I don't think that Ric Flair can live without entertaining people. He needs to also entertain himself.
So
and
maybe
he's got that right because he's freaking entertaining.
So you might answer the question, and maybe he just wanted to be involved more.
Yeah, but this is going to trickle down to his daughter. Absolutely. I can see that absolutely happening. And by the way, I can't take any more Charlotte losses to that chick in the Cape. This can't be happening. I'm telling you, I
what do
feel
you mean?
like
she
she
got the Nikki Ash.
Look, it's already happened. The worst thing has already happened. She's beaten her for the title. So I said
with a Money in the Bank turn on.
I can't take any more losses. Wait
a minute, hold on. The next following
I bet you Rick
week,
got as mad as I did.
But
I'm out of here.
Wait a minute. But Charlotte the next week beat the living hell out of her.
Okay.
Okay.
So 50-50 and putting over
And then the
superhero
next
in a
date,
cage.
they had a no holds
Is
barred.
okay?
They had a no holds
Nah.
barred match.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
Which I got to
right.
tell you, my wife, I fell asleep.
You wait a minute. You got to watch wrestling?
I fell asleep. My wife wakes me up and says, "You just missed the best match
What?
ever."
Ever?
She loved it.
Wow, interesting. Was she into Evolution back a couple of years back?
No, she's not a wrestling fan. But
Yeah, I know, but she
the
liked
point
the
of
match.
the point
Maybe
of the
she liked other
matter
matches.
is that when you watch that match, I watched it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Off the charts, huh?
It was
You mean I'm not going
fantastic.
for a Swanson TV dinner?
You are
and
not
my
going for a
mom's
Swanson
famous
TV
iced
dinner.
Tea? No.
And I got
Why do I have a feeling I might be anyway?
Nikki
but that's me.
Ash. See, this is. I know you're not a huge women's wrestling fan.
Yeah, but you
right?
know I get it though.
But here's the thing. You
know
know
I
what?
get it.
I wonder if you get this though.
What am I getting?
The women are old school. Nikki Ash
Yes, she is. No,
selling.
Why do you think I'm so annoyed at how they've turned her into the Hurricane? Whatever. She's a great wrestler. You know her background. Everybody knows her background that's into, wrestling in general. She's a great wrestler from great old school across the pond roots. She's an ass kicker. There's a lot she can do. I'm not thrilled with the cape. I'm not thrilled with the mask. I'm like, why? Oh, because it's entertaining. Well, I thought she was pretty entertaining in the past. She was in a really cool group called Sanity that I love the shit out of. There's different ways to push people. I don't like how she's being pushed. And as far as Charlotte goes, this is your favorite wrestler in the world. She's a Flair. Sorry, she should never have her shoulders pinned by that gimmick. Now, Nikki, in the past, if pushed correctly with the way she was originally presented, badass bitch, maybe. Maybe the shoulders go down for 3. Maybe.
Majority of
Not
the match,
into this.
Majority of the match, Charlotte destroyed her.
Of course.
And slipped on the
Banana
peel. And
like,
she
wait a-
lost the match.
Did you?
And then she
What?
lost the match.
Yeah, I'm not into
you
it.
know what? This is smart
I'm not
booking.
into it.
This is
Well,
smart booking.
That's what you
because
think.
if they go into
So there.
this Monday coming up,
Yeah.
and Nikki defeats Rhea Ripley,
Oh, no.
then now you're going to SummerSlam thinking Nikki has a chance. Nikki Almost Superhero has a chance against these two behemoths.
Can I put it this way?
Good.
With the gimmick she currently has and the way I feel about it, she could go on a Goldberg streak, and I will reach for Mom's Famous Iced Tea and the Swanson TV dinner.
Wow.
That's how into it I am, okay, as far as that goes. But you know what? Eventually, when Charlotte Flair winds up with Dad, if this keeps going, and they're in AEW,
Well, then you better
know.
better talk about Bray Wyatt, who was just released,
Yep.
with as equally then as a
Yep.
stupid gimmick. If you think Nikki Almost Superhero is a stupid gimmick,
the original Bray that was the Bray Wyatt of the Wyatt family, leader of the Wyatt family, and with the Wyatt family back in those days when they were going after Daniel Bryan and the Shield and all that was great. Bray Wyatt is great. Okay? As far as the Fiend character goes, we had a lot of fun with his Funhouse. For quite a while there, we were enjoying
But
a lot of that stuff.
it's gimmicky.
You know?
Why would you
Well,
take it serious?
Hey, why do I take The Undertaker seriously? He's gimmicky. Why do I take Kane seriously?
Different.
He's gimmicky.
A little different.
Well, all gimmicks either have personal appeal to the viewer or not. And in this case, I think Ash, I don't like it. And that's that.
I think
that's how I
well,
feel about
I
it.
think the
It's called an
WWE.
opinion.
I think the
Everybody's got one,
WWE
just like
has felt
asshole.
the same way that I felt.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt wasn't a good wrestler.
They didn't feel he wasn't a good wrestler.
I did not.
Obviously,
You
something
did. You
behind the
thought he was
scenes-
good.
He was very good. Obviously, something behind the scenes happened that he's gone. But I don't think they were like, "You're not really a good wrestler." No, that's not what happened.
I honestly think
You
his
know?
ring work wasn't great.
I thought he was excellent.
He's a good mind for the business.
Great mind for the business.
How many times did I say in the past that
Very
the Fiend
creative.
was not a sustainable character? It
Of course
just
not.
isn't.
Of
It's
course
just not.
But it didn't do that badly. Whether people hate it or not.
I think it did great.
That's what I'm getting at. Anything that Bray Wyatt touches usually is great. So I don't get it. This is not an old man.
Right.
Grant me.
Grant you that.
This is not an old man. He's still coming in his prime. He's basically his prime. This is such a dumb move. That's my opinion. And you know what? You know I love Vince. You know I love the WWE. But when I see dumb, I say it's dumb. And this is dumb. Daniel Bryan is dumb. Not getting CM Punk to come here is dumb. There's a lot of dumb going on. So yeah, maybe it's time.
What's not done?
Have a real war. Let's have a real war. I guess smashing the chair a couple of years ago might have meant something.
What's not done?
Okay, bring it on.
Is keeping a guy on the payroll. Who's keeping a guy on the payroll for $1.5 million, who seemed to can't get over the death of his friend for almost a year. Okay. I mean, how long are you going to carry this guy?
Well, how about he takes some time off?
Time off? He just had 6 months off. He shot the WrestleMania.
Maybe he needs more.
So let's just keep paying him.
He's given them 7 straight years of main event fucking stuff. So, yeah, if he needs more, okay. Wow. Whatever. I'm not giving him 6 years off. I'm saying if you fucked up, whatever your situation. By the way, if he's fucked up, get him fixed. What the fuck's going on for 6 months?
Get him fixed.
Yeah.
How about get yourself fixed?
Well, he could. I don't know what his problems are.
I'm sorry. You're getting paid.
I don't know what his problems are.
$1.5 million.
What are his problems, Mike? Do you know?
I have no clue.
All right, then we're arguing about an imaginary problem. We don't even know what he's got.
What's not imaginary, he hasn't shown up to work for the last 7 months.
He hasn't.
He hasn't.
I'm not coming.
He's banging in. Bam.
Wait a minute. What is he? Oh, who's the guy with the bald guy with the terrible teeth that did gay porn and totally melted down? It was recent to Lars Sullivan.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wait a minute, is he pulling a Lars Sullivan?
Seems like it.
I don't think either of us can defend that.
No, you can't.
Oh God, what are you gonna do?
Ronda Rousey went to Twitter saying, what? "I've seen you same fans chanting, 'We want Wyatt' last night."
Right.
Okay.
We
Then it
know how
says,
much
"We
Ronda
want
loves the
beach
fans."
balls." The same fans saying, "We want beach balls" over Bray Wyatt performing. If the WWE treated him like an expendable, it was because of you ungrateful idiots did it first.
Hey, you know what? I think Ronda Rousey is hilarious. She's partially right.
I think she's serious.
You know,
I don't think she's playing.
I think she's partially right because it's true. The same fans who will chant one thing will start chanting beach ball. Remember the beach ball episode?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great match going on. Who gives a shit? It's a beach ball. Dude, I was at a live match when that happened. I was furious. I was like, someone puncture.
You were furious over it?
Because
you were furious.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
Furious.
I wanted to assault.
On TV, you're like angry because there's a beach ball.
My face looked like that little chick when the Miz won the title. Remember that little famous shot of that girl? How pissed she was. I was like, somebody knifed that fucking beach ball. There's a match going on. You know.
Here's
violent, huh?
Here's one thing I think I am truly worried for the WWE is Adam Cole, who I'm not a fan of.
Baby.
Next. NXT. Next.
What do you mean?
Is Adam Cole, whose contract coming up, is he next to be leaving?
Wow.
NXT. I'm playing a word thing there.
I understand. No, let me tell you something right now, and I know you're not a big fan of Adam Cole. If Adam Cole shows up in AEW, what a fit for that company.
Absolutely.
What a fit for that company. That's going to be insane. And you know how many of his boys are already, Stop. Adam Cole is great, bro. I mean, you know what a fan I am about Adam Cole.
I will tell you this.
Adam Cole has it.
I am worried for the WWE to lose Adam Cole.
Mike, can I ask you seriously?
Go ahead.
I've known you for over 40 years, and it all started with the WWF and Vince and the Pro Wrestling Illustrators and Backlund and all.
Sure.
Let's remove the business part. I want the fan side of you that roots just strictly for the story. Why are they doing this? Why are they letting so many major guys who are not 111 yet go? This is not making any sense. Is Vince going to sell?
I've heard.
Is he going to sell to
I'm
Disney?
going to give you my thoughts on this whole thing. Here's my thoughts on the entire thing. I've heard people go back and forth why he hates NXT, this, that. Here's what I believe.
I don't even know if he hates NXT.
I think Vince gave Hunter a lot of rope.
With NXT, yes.
And said, build this, right? Build this.
Right.
And Hunter may have approached Vince and said, hey, look, let me give you that old school feel. Let me show you that old school wrestling's not dead.
Okay.
And Pharaoh, you're a huge fan.
Yeah.
You love NXT.
I do, but SmackDown's still my favorite show.
But you love NXT. You love their old style.
I think it's very good.
I personally like
very consistent.
The vignettes.
They're great
the
too.
wrestling's fantastic. I like the interviews.
Yeah, I think it's solid,
done
man.
differently,
That's
right?
a solid old school type show.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
And all these other guys like LaGreca, Bubba Ray, all these guys that are old school like us.
Okay.
Right? It's not working. You got 500,000 people watching it. And look, for me, God, if we had 500,000 people watching us, fantastic.
Yeah.
Again,
Do you think
so I think Vince, let me have and then you give me your retort.
Sure, shoot.
I think Vince said, hey, look, Hunter, doesn't work. Your way doesn't work, young rookie. I have now showed you the way. It doesn't work. Okay? Oh. And now it's time to dismantle this. You could play around with it, do whatever, but when it comes to the main roster, and I'm not going to spend my money on these guys that can't bring but 500,000 viewers into viewership.
Right. I mean, on a business level, I don't think that NXT is marketed or pushed in the same effervescent style as
I like that word.
Raw
Very nice.
or SmackDown. So the ceiling for them, I don't think is realistic, even if you are the investor such as Vince McMahon himself in NXT, to think that you're going to ever get Raw or SmackDown numbers, because you're not pushing it that way. You're not marketing it that way. It's being treated as the third wheel.
Is it unfair to compare them to AEW, considering AEW has these major stars who are from the past?
In the beginning, when it first started, it was fair to compare AEW to NXT. But AEW has done very well so far. Let's be fair. They've done pretty damn well. And now they are looking up.
They're punching up.
At the next level, because NXT is here, if you understand what I'm saying. They have now passed NXT clearly, and they have now they're approaching Raw, and I think they're going to overtake Raw, and because Raw stinks. Yeah,
Bro, they're not overtaking Raw.
It's very close.
Here's the funny thing.
You know how close it is right now. What is it, a 0.2?
It's clear.
Very
no,
close.
It's like a 0.5, but that's okay.
I thought it was 1.4 to 1 million.
Yeah,
that's a 0.4.
Okay, 0.4, 0.5.
Right.
Depending on
I
the
want to argue particulars.
Here's the thing. I'm pro WWE. You love wrestling in general.
Oh, wait a minute. All of a sudden, because I'm seeing that they're
oncoming. No. I'm
still
not saying
pro
that.
WWE.
Look, you already said it. If Daniel Bryan and CM Punk show up in AEW,
I'm going to watch it.
There's a big change.
Well, not Daniel Bryan. Yeah, there is a big change. Daniel Bryan doesn't make me change the channel. CM Punk does.
Yeah, I understand. So my point is this. AEW gets 1 million viewers, and everybody's like, they've only been around 2 years.
Did we think that they would get 1 million viewers?
Yes,
no, I don't think so. I said that if they could get to 1 million, it's on. I said I don't see why they couldn't, but I didn't believe that
you said once they get 1 million, that it's on. You did say that.
Yeah.
My point is, I don't think it's going past that.
You know why? You know what? You know why I agree with you? Because wrestling is not entering any boom phase.
Thank
you. In general.
As much as people,
and we've lived through a boom phase.
And as much people want to say wrestling is have its best time ever now, no, it's not. Speaking of AEW, Max Caster raps about Simone Biles, the Duke rape case.
What?
And then the stream is removed from AEW Dark.
You gotta help me with this. What on earth?
So he did a rap, right? You know Max Caster.
Caster.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is he related to Plaster?
He's from the Acclaimed.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Pretty talented guy.
Okay.
His rap was kind of not so PC, right?
Okay.
And
what a shock.
We had Khan, who was on Busted Open Radio, saying that going forward, he will not allow that to happen. He was in the back and he didn't see it going on, and now he'll be taking care of the editing because it's made its way onto AEW Dark and made its way onto YouTube.
Oops, it somehow got on my program?
Well, my other thing
Who the fuck is buying that? Oops, next time I'll be more careful. Dude,
I'm getting sick of Khan.
Get some news.
I am so sick of Khan and his fan-friendly bullshit attitude.
It's
could you imagine Vince McMahon going, I really wasn't paying attention on that because I'm doing other things. No, clown, you own it. And this is the same company that said Hulk Hogan will never be on our show because of his racist thoughts.
Oh, yeah, but everybody else under the sun will.
That's right.
And I'll make sure we get them all.
That's right.
Every last one of them.
That's right.
You know why? Because I'm full of shit.
That's right.
Well, what are you going to do?
100%.
What are you going to do? Yeah, anybody with that much money who got it from Pop,
I hate agendas, dude. I hate it. I hate lies. I hate bullshit.
You know what the best part is, though, is he's burning the money he's got to burn. I wonder how long before Pop goes, yo, bro, that's too much.
If Khan had the balls to be on this show and he said that to us on the couch.
Stop dreaming.
But if he did.
Yeah.
If he's not going on that fluff cake show Busted Open, right? That he does every Wednesday. If he was on that couch and said, going forward, I'll be taking care of the editing, we'd be challenging him like, what kind of excuse is that?
Yeah.
And that's a legitimate conversation, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't throw softballs. Okay, Con, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. I understand you were taking pictures in the back.
He so desperately wants to be what.
Oh, he wants the hug. He wants the hug.
He wants a hug.
He wants the hug.
Bubba's a big dude. It's probably a serious hug.
Well, whatever.
You know.
But
No big hug for Tony.
So your boy Chris Jericho last night,
And a Pudgy the Whale Cake. No, go on.
your boy Chris Jericho last night wrestled Juventud Guerrero. In I guess leg 4
Yeah,
of maybe leg 3. I'm not sure.
that's a lot of legs. Go
So
on.
we came off of the Gage match, which I said was entertaining.
Yep, I watched
but not
that.
very good. But it was entertaining.
I thought it was psychotic. It was cool.
The Juventud match. I'm sorry, it was awful.
Tell me why.
They're old. They're slow. And it's great to see the nostalgia of the whole thing.
Hoovy looked pretty good.
But bro,
They look pretty good.
But they were slow and they were spotty, and it was
They're
like
slower.
stand
Of course
here,
they're slower
but
than they were in
stand
the
here so
day.
I can do
Of
my
course.
Hurricane Run on
Right.
you.
I got
stand, you. Do you understand?
I got you. And you know,
and the AEW fans, this is awesome.
Dude, they would have said
this is awesome.
Dude, if they had just sat there and looked at it and started playing a violent game of patty cake, they would have chanted, "This is awesome."
But I mean, at what point?
It's awesome that the two were in the ring, but I don't know about the rest. You know, because I did watch it. I crash coursed it because I needed to.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and these are the things that came to my mind. Number one, I think Hoovy looked pretty good. He was in good shape. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, really good shape, agreed.
Do they move slower? Obviously. I did. Of course, that crossed my mind as I'm watching it, but I also realized, that many years have gone by and stuff. But here's where I got a little disturbed. Because you know how I feel about Jericho. He's one of my all-time faves.
Absolutely.
Jericho, this is going to sound so rough. Jericho's got to get in better shape if he's going to keep trying to do what he's doing. And I do think he's tired because he's working pretty freaking hard lately.
Sure.
I just feel like he's got to get back to a little more conditioning because he's got the belly thing going on, and it's hard, and he's bulkier
He
now.
doesn't look bad. I don't
He
think
doesn't look bad, but what I'm saying is that Chris Jericho was always quite the specimen. Can we be serious here for a minute? Chris Jericho was always quite the specimen. He was never Triple H or The Rock. That man was cut. And that man could really fluidly, like, when you said it's slow and they're stopping to do moves, that's not fluid. Chris was one of the greatest fluid wrestlers in the history of this business. So when I don't see that happening, yes, I understand he's older, and man, he still has managed to package his gimmick like a champion.
Absolutely.
He's the best. But I am getting a little depressed when I see the belly does bother me. The handles on the side, it bothers me. I mean, it could work for Ambrose when Ambrose gets older because he's a brawler and he doesn't have to do all these things that Chris does.
Right.
So, yes, all that stopping and waiting and stuff was because Chris's style demands this kind of action. And when you're older, there is going to be stopping and starting. You can't be as fluid.
Well, the joke's going to be on
it's
AEW,
rough.
dude, because they're so wrapped
He's
around
still great,
Jericho,
though, Jericho.
But they're so wrapped around Jericho. The day
have to be.
Jericho calls it a day,
Oh.
I don't know where they're going.
Oh, it's going to be.
I don't know where they're going.
That's so true. A company that's built on Chris Jericho is.
And you want to build on CM
great
Punk.
for now, but
You want to build on CM Punk too.
Right.
Another guy
great
that's
for
older.
now.
Yes.
Great for now. Great for the next year or two. But man, oh man, I'm telling you, in the next 3 to 5, they better think of something else.
I agree.
They better.
All right, with that, this has been episode 4 of This Week in Wrestling. Great
Quattro.
talk, brother.
Yeah,
Very good.
thank
I
you.
hope you guys enjoyed the
job.
show.
Yeah.
We love you joining us every Friday at 7:30, right before SmackDown.
That's right.
And we really appreciate it. And once again, always join Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monty Nefaro, every Thursday.
You've been watching This Week in Wrestling with Monty and the Pharaoh. And until next week for episode 5, later.